Hi, everybody. Welcome to Phil and Dave's Excellent Adventures. Phil, can you tell them what movie we are reviewing today?
Yeah, we saw the new Spider-Man, No Way From Home.
That's correct. Spider-Man, No Way Home.
No, No Way Home. Okay. I said No Way Home, and you said No Way Home. Sorry.
Yes, that's all right. So this is going to be a spoiler review. So if you have not seen the movie yet and you are concerned about spoilers, I would suggest you go ahead and watch the movie first before you watch this review. Phil, can you tell them a little bit about what the movie is about?
Yeah, it's about well, there's 3 Spider-Mans in the movie, and a lot of villains.
Yes, that's correct.
Because the villains actually come and he's like, "You're not Peter Parker." I was like,
yeah, it was Dr. Octopus we saw first, right?
Yeah. I thought that was the funniest part. He said like, "You're not Peter Parker." He said like, that was my favorite part. But it was really good. I do recommend to see that again. There was like maybe like one part that got me confused, but I think I'm gonna leave that at the end.
Yes.
If that's okay.
Okay. Can you start going?
I really liked, and to be honest, Dave, I thought that movie was really energetic. Just like how like the actors and the lady who played played in that was really, I thought it was really cool. I liked it.
Yeah, I agree. I liked it too. Can you tell us what you liked about
it? Before you said that, actually, I liked the fight scenes.
Yeah,
that was
fight scenes were great.
So amazing. I was gonna say something else. I totally forgot. That would happen to me. I mean, you understand. I mean.
Oh yeah, that happens to me all the time too. Yep.
Brain fart. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Doctor Strange. He was cool.
Yeah, he was great.
I like to when Tobey Maguire steal that box from him.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
They were like duking it like that was funny.
Yeah, it was. It was funny, very funny. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of good humor in this, I thought.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Overall, I really like seeing Daredevil in this. We saw Charlie Cox from the Daredevil series.
I was just about to say that myself. I thought that was cool. That was
awesome. I was excited. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep. And let's see. I really liked Andrew Garfield in this, and Tobey Maguire. I know they kept telling us that they weren't going to be in the movie, and I almost started to believe them. I was starting to get worried that they weren't going to be in the movie, but they were, and I'm glad that they were. And I thought they were both great. Both their introductions were great, and they were actually in the movie a lot more than I expected. I really liked when Norman Osborn said, "I'm something of a scientist myself," because that's hilarious. It's a great meme. I thought Green Goblin was great. Overall, Willem Dafoe, who also, all of them actually look really good. I don't know if they did CG out of their faces or if it's just makeup and dyeing their hair, but they all look great. And Alfred Molina as Otto Octavius was also great. I really liked that Peter tried to help the villains. They weren't even his villains, but when he found out if he sent them back, they would probably die. He didn't want to do that. He tried to do something to keep them from dying, which is very much something that Spider-Man would do. And I really liked that a lot.
Yeah.
I really liked, again, we are talking spoilers here. I really liked that Andrew Garfield got to get some redemption because his Amazing Spider-Man, Gwen Stacy, died. He tried to catch her and he caught her, but she kind of hit the ground and died, which was basically from the comics. And in this one, Mary Jane falls and Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man tries to save her and he gets knocked out of the way by the glider, but then Andrew Garfield Spider-Man gets to save her and he kind of gets like redemption for when he wasn't able to do that for Gwen Stacy.
Excellent.
And, go ahead.
I was going to say something. Did you see the first Spider-Man?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw him.
With Peter Parker in it? Yes. Remember how when Mr. Osborn died in that movie?
Yeah.
That part was, I think the first one better than the second one.
Yeah.
But in this new one that we saw, I thought like all the stuff that they did. I want to say that was, the first one, also.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
I don't know that you don't probably see it that way yourself, but that's I mean, the first one and the second one were really good. The first Spider-Man wasn't really that great, but both of the Amazing Spider-Mans were like so awesome.
Yeah.
But this one that we saw was like, telling you, it was the one.
Yeah.
This is like, you have like everything that you've seen in that movie. I mean, you have the action part, you got the fight scenes, you got what was that Green Monster dude? I forgot what his name is. He was the lizard.
Oh yeah, the lizard. Yep.
I forgot what his name was.
His name's Lizard.
Lizard.
Yep.
He was cool.
Yeah. Yeah. He was from.
Cool.
He was from Amazing Spider-Man 1. I really like the suit at the end too. We see Tom Holland makes himself a new suit, and it looks very, very similar to the comic book suit.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually think Andrew Garfield is this Spider-Man right here. I think his suit is probably the closest to the comics, especially this one from Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's got the big eyes like Mark Bagley and Todd McFarlane used to draw, and Erik Larson. So that was cool. Anything else you really liked about it?
Let's see. Actually, there was one favorite part that I liked when Spider-Man and Doc Ock faced off.
Yeah.
Because we remember when Doc Ock had those like arms, like one arm was here, one arm was there, and then he had like two on the side.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man was copying.
Yeah. That was cool. That was funny.
Let's get on.
Yeah, that was good.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite fight.
Yeah, that was really good.
That's the way they explained. He said he took off his mask and like, you're not Peter Parker.
yeah, that was funny.
Me, I love that, Dave. I thought that movie was 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, I really liked it too, but I do want to talk about what I didn't like. There are a couple things I didn't like about it. Unless I'm remembering wrong, they did not start this movie with the Ramones. The first 2 films in this series, they started with like an animated sequence and they used a Ramones song. I really like the Ramones. They're one of my favorite bands, and they didn't do it with this movie. They gave us an animated sequence at the end, but they didn't use the Ramones. They used a cover of 3 Is the Magic Number, and not the Blind Melon cover from the 90s, another cover I'm unfamiliar with, which is probably good, and I liked it, but no Ramones, which kind of bummed me out because I like the Ramones. I did think the initial sort of spell that starts the entire story was, I don't know, kind of stupid. Just, it's one of those things, suspension of disbelief, you understand they're making a movie, but for me, I liked the way they handled it for the most part, because seeing it in the trailers, I'm like, okay, so he tries to do a spell and Spider-Man messes it up. That seems kind of stupid. But, Doctor Strange kind of stopped it and was like, no, we're not going to do this because you messed it up. And it was good. So it made sense, but I also feel like they could have done something a little bit better, maybe. That being said, I'm happy we got to see Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and Willem Dafoe and all those guys come back. I did not like Tom Holland's costume in this. His is the one in the middle there. I think of the 3 Spider-Man costumes, it's my least favorite. I think the big gold spider on the front is stupid, and I don't like looking at it.
And to be honest, Dave, I kind of want to say the same thing too.
Okay.
Because the one in the middle, this is just it. Maybe it wasn't just him. Maybe it was the suit itself.
Yeah. I think that suit is also very CGI. So the other ones are actually wearing a costume, and that one
is that the one with the arms?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I get it. It kind of looks like Iron Man, so it makes sense. I didn't love the score on this. I think Michael Giacchino did it. I'm not 100%, but I think he did. I don't know. It was kind of annoying sometimes. I'm not a huge fan of his music. He does a lot of the MCU movies, and
Yeah.
So again, a big spoiler here. They kill Aunt May at some point.
That was devastating. That was devastating.
Yeah.
That was so devastating to see that.
I agree. And before she died, she gave him the famous, with great power comes great responsibility line, which was cool. It was interesting to have Aunt May say it instead of Uncle Ben, because we're more used to that. But I don't know. I guess I'm sort of upset that they killed her. And I don't know if they needed to do that. Like, I understand they kind of made her death meaningful and it gives Peter, this and that. But I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to not see a movie in which they kill a female character and not seeing it as sort of like fridging, is not this kind of cheating way to sort of give a character development by killing somebody, and I don't know, it just kind of always rubs me the wrong way. And also, I just really like Marisa Tomei as Aunt May, and I'm sad that we're not gonna see her anymore. You know,
like in the first movie in with Peter Parker in it.
yeah.
Remember when remember Aunt May said like the there's like someone in the house, and he said like little eyes, deep little eyes. I said little eyes. Oh, because it was the Green Goblin who killed her.
Yeah, that's right.
Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, that has to be so devastating.
Yeah. Well, and even in that scene, I'm like, okay, he could at least try to shoot some spider webs on the wound to try to staunch the bleeding. He could be calling for a medic. Like, I don't know. It just seems like everyone was just like, oh, I guess she's dead. And she seemed fine a couple seconds before. So, Ned started making portals, which is cool. He did sort of mention that maybe he's magic because he had felt some tingling in his fingers.
He was doing like something like this.
Yeah. But it did seem like
funny.
it did seem like it took Doctor Strange and Wong and some of the other characters a lot longer to learn how to do that, whereas Ned just kind of figured it out by accident. So maybe he's supposed to be some great sorcerer, although so is Doctor Strange. But yeah, I don't know. That seemed a little. It could have been handled better, I think. So they did have the line of "I'm something of a scientist myself," which is great, but there was no pizza time. And I was just, I guess because we got that, I was hoping for pizza time. I was hoping when they were all hanging out, eventually someone would be like, hey, you guys hungry? And Tobey Maguire would be like, it's pizza time. But they didn't do it. That being said, all of the Spider-Man hanging out together was my favorite part. There's a scene right when they're waiting for, the Sinister Six, the bad guys to come and attack them. And they had this conversation about like being in the Avengers and fighting an alien in space and, where Tobey Maguire's web shooters come out of and stuff. And it was really funny. And honestly, I could have watched that for 2.5 hours. That could have been the whole movie and I would have been.
I could too.
Yeah, it was great. Anything you didn't like about it? Anything that reminded you of?
Actually, all that I said about the movie, you know what, Dave? No, I don't.
Okay.
But I also wanted to know that when we did sense, maybe we can talk about those post-credit scenes.
Yes. So let's do that. Can I talk about just a couple other things real quick first, and then we'll get to post-credit?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
So a question I did have is, so the reason all these people came here is because the spell got messed up and Spider-Man said, I just want everyone, who knows I'm Spider-Man already to still know. And that's what caused these people who knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man in other universes to come to this universe. The question I have is, there's other people in those movies, like Mary Jane Watson, played by Kirsten Dunst. She knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man, so shouldn't she be in this universe? All of the people in Spider-Man 2 on that train that saw Tobey Maguire's face, shouldn't they be in this universe? I mean, there's Captain Stacy from Amazing Spider-Man 2. Shouldn't he? Like, there's a lot of other people who know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man who did not appear here, and I don't exactly understand why. There's another scene. Do you remember when Doctor Strange does that thing where he pushes Peter's soul out of his body and separates his body from his?
I thought that was funny. I thought that was funny for the first part.
Yeah.
But I really didn't get that.
Yeah. Because Spider-Man's able to move. He tries to grab it and he starts moving it, and he's like, you shouldn't be able to move. And then they don't explain it. I assume they will later explain it, but I did find it a little confusing. Yeah, because I'm like, well, what's going on here? And then they didn't tell us what was going on there. That was weird.
I remember when he was moving his arms and he's just like, and Dr. Strange was like, why is he moving?
Yeah.
And then he pushed himself back into the body of Spider-Man, but he didn't take the backs.
Yeah.
What? You're right. That didn't make any sense to me at all. So.
Yeah. But yeah, let's talk about those post-credit scenes. So the first one, we had Venom, right? Oh, did it freeze?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm drunk.
So what did you think about the scene with Venom? You liked it, right?
It was like I remember he stood up like this, like I'm drunk.
Yeah, yeah. And
I
Venom
like
wanted to go
that.
skinny dipping.
He wanted to go skinny dipping.
So I was confused by that scene because I remembered at the end of Venom Let There Be Carnage, they show Spider-Man on the TV and Venom like licks it. And I'm like, okay, that's Spider-Man, cool. But I didn't understand then when he disappeared because I guess I just thought Tom Hardy Venom was in the same universe as Tom Holland Spider-Man, but I guess they're not. So then he came to this universe for a second, but then he went back to his regular universe. Okay, but he left a little bit of the Venom symbiote. So, are we going to have a different person as Venom in this universe now, or is Tom Hardy also going to be there, but it's going to be a different Tom Hardy, or I don't know.
Good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I got nothing to say about that one. I got nothing to say about that part. But in the second post-credit scene,
Yeah,
I don't really know what to say about that one.
yeah,
I
it
mean,
seemed like you didn't like that one as much.
yeah, I mean, it was confusing because there was like, sorry, I'm drawing a blank because there was like 2 Doctor Stranges in that one. I mean, like, how can you have 2? There's only supposed to be 1, and that's Steve.
Yeah.
I mean, the other one was kind of creepy, like it made it have some demonic part of him.
Mm-hmm.
And I said,
yeah,
I was really confused on that one.
Yeah, I was a little confused too, but we had 3 Spider-Man in this movie, right?
Yes, 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was supposed to be like an evil Doctor Strange, but like I said in the What If show, there is sort of an evil Doctor Strange, and so I thought it was supposed to be that, but maybe not. Maybe they're just going to have a bunch of Doctor Stranges in the next movie. Maybe each of them is going to be from a different universe, and they're going to fight or they're going to join forces. I don't really know, but it did seem like that post-credit scene at the very end was more just a trailer for Doctor Strange, which is fine. But I feel like normally there's more of an interaction. There was with him and Wanda, but this one just seemed a little bit more just like a straight trailer than it was like a scene or a clip like they normally show us.
I was thinking, like, do they think you're going to be like on the same side, or do they think you're going to be like fighting like with your hands and stuff like that, or just your powers and stuff like that?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, that would be. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing them face off. Like, okay, I'm listening to another planet. Ooh.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be cool, actually, because they did say that they're going to make another Doctor Strange.
Yeah, and it's called the Multiverse of Madness, I think.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, and we did. I don't know if you noticed, there was a girl with a star on her jacket, and that was America Chavez, I think.
Okay,
so that's a new character we'll be getting.
I can't remember if I saw that part. I got confused on that one too. So,
well, can you give us a score out of 10? What you thought of the movie?
To be honest, Dave, I want to say maybe like a 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. Okay, good. It's a good score.
I mean, it was good, but some of like the stuff that you said, like maybe it wasn't that great, but I don't know. So I thought it was okay. I mean, it was good, and like I said, I like the fight scenes, and all. I thought that was like the most amazing part of the movie.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely did a 5 out of 5.
Cool. All right. I think I'm on the fence here. I'm between an 8 or a 9 out of 10. I think I'm going to go with a 9 out of 10 because even though I have some problems with the movie and it wasn't perfect overall, seeing all 3 Spider-Man on screen was just awesome. It's the kind of thing that you dreamed about. I dreamed about happening as a kid, and it really happened in real life, and I can't complain about that. So I'm going to say a 9 out of 10 on this one.
I like that score too. But I kind of like mine too.
Yeah. All right, cool. So next week we think we're going to do The Matrix, right?
Yeah, let's do The Matrix. That sounds good.
All right, and we're not sure because it is Christmas, so we'll have to check and see if we can,
that.
right? But okay, anything else you want to say?
My name is Philip.
My name is Dave. This is Trixie.
And yes, we ended.
That's it. Yep. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good night, and we will see you here again next week.